Jake's POV. 2 days later, after Sue and I had left camp, and she was on her way to meet the Drakes in the fortified city of Antonella, I laid in bed, waiting to fall asleep. I thought about how the test ended, still guilt-ridden over accidentally hurting those Nume. Slowly, my eyes grew heavy, and I fell into a deep sleep. I had hoped I would dream of how things were before I disappeared the day of the test, before I ever met Suma so many years ago, or even of just relaxing in Suma's world. I wanted to take my mind off everything, to escape, but instead there was only darkness. Darkness and him. "Hello, Sentinel," the kinder half of that figure said. The reptilian man made of fire that I had met almost a year ago now. "You're getting stronger." "Who are you?" I asked, while I hung in that darkness, that bottomless nothing he always appeared to me in. "You said last time that you were my friend, and my doom." "Yes," he yelled, as the more reptilian sigh started to take over. "Doom. Doom to all of Atmosia." "Why? What did they do to you?" I asked. "Not them. The dragons. The traitors." "I don't understand," I said. "Then allow me to show you." Images began to flash in my mind. Places, events, things I have never done, seen, or known. They were fragmented, twisted, even overlapping with one another, like I was seeing two sets of events that happened at the same time, from two angles, 2 points of view. There were emotions tied to the memories. Love, protection, fear, betrayal, grief, pride, and more. It was too much. Too overwhelming. I couldn't take it. "Ugh!" I cried out, as the images burned themselves into my head. "Enough, for now," the kinder, more human side said. "Jake? Jake!" Another, more distant voice called out. "The Master calls its pet. I will leave you to absorb, and learn, and grow for now, but we will meet again." With that, I woke up in bed, drenched in sweat, and Suma yelling in my ear. "Jake? Jake, are you there?" "Yeah, I'm here." I rubbed my temples to try and get rid of the throbbing pain in them. "Thank goodness. I've been trying to summon you for 5 minutes now, but couldn't even contact you. It felt like you didn't exist," she said, worried. "What happened? Where have you been?" I don't know how to explain it. I swung my feet over the side of the bed and took a drink of the water bottle I had in my nightstand. "Are you okay?" she asked. "Yeah. Just give me a minute to get dressed before you summon me," I said, putting the bottle down and rubbing my temples again. "Okay, Jake. Just let me know when you are ready," Suma said, still sounding concerned. I stood up and went to the bathroom to rub a washcloth on my face. I bent down to put my face over the sink and started washing it, massaging my eyes and enjoying the feeling of the cold water on my mouth and eyes. I put the washcloth down and opened my eyes, then jumped back and fell over. It wasn't my face in the mirror. It was the figure in flame. I scrambled on the floor for a second as my flight or fight response figured out what to do. Eventually, I slowly stood up and peeked over the sink into the mirror again. My face was back, and the figure was gone. "Okay, that's not right, even for my life," I told the reflection. Another thing to talk to Suma about, I guess. I walked out of the bathroom and got dressed, then told Suma I was ready. I was nervous, thinking I would see the figure again after being summoned, but I didn't. Instead, it was normal. I disappeared and watched the world turn black, then suddenly reappeared on Suma's world, Atmosia. "Jake, are you okay? You didn't answer for a long time and I couldn't summon you," Suma said, repeating herself from earlier. "I don't know. I saw that flaming guy again, once in my dreams and once when I looked in the mirror." "Did he hurt you?" Suma asked. "No, he just spoke to me." "No, actually he did hurt me. He showed me something, but I could make sense of what it was. It seemed like memories, but they were distorted and fragmented. It burned." "Ow, I'm so sorry, Jake. Do you need healing?" she offered. "No, I'm okay now. Suma, we need to find out what that thing is." "We will. Maybe someone on our new team or in Antonella will know," she suggested. "Right," I exclaimed, and started to look around. We were in a city, from my point of view. It seemed as large as the one we were in last, but I really couldn't tell. Is this it? I asked. Yes, Jake. Welcome to Antonella, the Shield City. Shield City? Why is it called that? This is the main point of defense between the rest of Sangu Dragon, our continent, and the Southern Union forces on the island of Sangu, remember? I thought your country was called Ambos. It is, but there are 3 other nations on our continent. Oh, right. So where are we supposed to go now? I wondered. The base we were ordered to report to is north of here. It is not too far. I thought we should arrive together, Suma said and landed on my shoulder. Jericho, my armor, wasn't on at the moment, so she just clung to my shirt. When we arrived at the base, I knew it wasn't like our training camp at all. There were huge stone walls surrounding the entire camp, with familiars of all kinds perched along the walls like mounted turrets or gargoyles, a Nume flying around in the sky higher than I have ever seen a Nume fly. In fact, I didn't even know what they were. Suma had to tell me. All I could make out were small dark dots in the orange sky. This is quite different than I was expecting, Suma said. Really? It is a military base after all, I said, looking around. Halt! A voice called out. A Nume flew down in front of us, then summoned his familiar, while still in the air and landed on it. Who are you? She asked. I am Suma, and this is my familiar Sentinel. We are reporting for duty with the Drakes, ma'am, Suma said. Show me your official summons, the Nume demanded. I pulled a small wooden plank out of my bag. I'd been holding on to them since it was easier for me to carry it. She used mana wrapping to take the plank from us and examine it. All right then, proceed to the main office for your orders and accommodations. She floated the plank back to me and I put it away. As we were walking away, I heard her say something. So that's a Viking. As we walked to the office as instructed, we passed several buildings made of vines, stone, and some that seemed to be built directly into the surrounding landscape's trees and hills. We also passed several Nume in a group. They were perched on sculpted vines that formed a circle around 2 of them. The ones in the center of the circle were surrounding themselves in some kind of magic fog. It looked similar to the fog I made when that wyvern attacked me. Suma, what's that? I asked, and pointed at the group. Oh, that is a game, and a rather tasteless one, she said. What do you mean? They are creating displays. It is a way of flaunting your magical prowess. Whoever can create a larger display wins, and the winner goes up against the next opponent. It gets progressively harder to maintain your display with time, so people with large mana capacities and good control will last longer, she explained. What's it called? I do not know if it has a proper name. I have heard it called many things. Mana Circle, Power Player, Display Dominate, and a few ruder variations. After watching them for a bit, we left, and found the main office.